Hello, and welcome to this bonus episode of the Metaverse Brands podcast. I'm your host, Dypiangco. I'm really excited to have a quick conversation with Erik from Karta about the opportunity for sports teams, for sports brands within the metaverse. And so here we go. All right, I'm here with Erik Londré of Karta, and we're going to talk real quick about the opportunity for sports brands in the metaverse. This is something that you and I are both big believers in, and we've chatted a little bit about this online. But let me kick it over to you, Erik. Tell us why you think the metaverse is such a good fit with sports brands.
I think that all brands that have any relationship with young people, which almost all brands do, except for a very few, has a lot to win on being on metaverse platforms like Roblox or Fortnite. But I think sports brands and sports teams have even more to win, to be honest, because like these are the formative years you decide on what team you want to follow for the rest of your life. I heard that that 9 is when that's the magic number. That's when you decide on which team you're gonna follow for the rest of your life. And obviously, so this is the audience that inhabits worlds like Roblox and Fortnite is in this age. And so I think there's extreme amounts of possibilities to build fandom and catch people in a way that sports teams can't really in any, because these people are not on Twitter and they're hardly on Instagram. It's only TikTok is like the only touch point, right? So yeah, it's a huge amount of opportunity.
And let's go even deeper to that. So like you're saying, so there's young audience, they maybe haven't decided who they're a fan of, and it's wide open. Maybe they play sports, maybe they watch some sports, maybe they have their parents follow some sports, their friends follow some sports, but they're very impressionable and they don't have social media accounts. They don't watch a lot of live sports themselves. They don't watch ads, listen to the radio. They don't do all these things the traditional way to reach them. They're on these platforms like Roblox. And so if you're talking to a sports brand and they say, okay, yes, we think we should be here, where does it go next? Like, how do you, what would your advice be to sports brands that are like, oh, you should be here? What do they do?
No, I think there's because sports teams are usually fan-driven brands, basically brands with a lot of fans, like sports teams, artists, athletes. They are used to being the ones that get paid to show up somewhere, right? Which is like in this case, this is something I think they will get paid for in the end, because what you effectively are creating when you're building a presence on a platform like Roblox as a sports team is a new asset with foot traffic. So it's not just a drive fan play, but I think my main message to sports teams in general is that like this is where a lot of your current fans are. This is definitely where almost all of your future fans are. Like this is a massive opportunity, and it doesn't have to cost huge amounts of money to get on the platform, and build a presence. When you have that presence, then what you have created is a new way to grow your fan base, but also a new way to monetize through sponsors, right? Because and a new audience to monetize that doesn't sort of distract from the others. So I think the opportunity is huge. And then for the future, we obviously hoping for a world where people are watching games inside of these platforms as well together. But also it's really about creating a virtual fan club, right? For people to congregate and express their fandom in an authentic way to them, right? Because for a younger fan, it might be more authentic to wear a jersey, a virtual jersey, with their favorite club on than like walking around with a scarf, like a match day scarf type thing. So,
right.
and that I think is also something that sports team. It's quite connected to how sports team usually do business. You can create virtual merchandise and monetize your brand and fandom on these platforms, which I think is something super exciting.
Yeah, and I heard a few things there. There's a lot there that you mentioned.
Sorry.
No, and I think so. Kind of one of them, the more recent one that you said about like this really matches what sports teams do already. So sports teams they have fans. They are delivering sort of merchandise, right? Ways for their fans to show off their fandom. It just so happens now that the youngest fans or potential fans are on platforms like Roblox, on Fortnite, and they're looking to show off their fandom in these virtual spaces because this is where they hang out with their friends. They're not necessarily like going to the mall anymore. It's like, I'll see you online. I'll see you in Roblox. And then so caring about how they look, how they represent themselves, show their fandom, express that fandom in these virtual spaces. So there's that alignment. And then I think we haven't really seen too much of this, but all of these sports teams have partnerships teams, right? That are doing corporate sponsorships, right? That are on their jerseys, that are in the stadiums, that are, on commercials and all these different places, touch points. And again, to your point, if they're building an experience, they have an asset, they can still bring in those brand partners into these experiences. And then that could, eventually be, a revenue stream that matches what they're doing in the physical world. And then for fans, I think just from a personal level, I grew up a big basketball fan in Los Angeles. I was both a Lakers fan and a Clippers fan. I'm now a Clippers fan, but as a kid, I had a Clippers kids card. I was part of the kids club. It was like 1992 to 1993, and it was sponsored by Skybox, which was a basketball trading card company, and yeah, like I wasn't maybe as proud of that membership as a kid as I am now. Now I'm like, oh man, that's my favorite thing, that I was part of that kids club.
Yeah,
that like there were
awesome.
that there were little, things I would get in the mail with like updates on the team and pictures. And right, the touch points now, it's like, oh, it'd be great to get stuff in the mail as a kid. That's still cool, physical mail. But to like be in a space where you can show that fandom and have that kids club. I think that's really powerful because as a kid, you're looking to find things that you're interested in. That's your whole job, is to like grow up and find what you care about.
100%. Very nicely put.
Cool. Well, cool. So we had a little quick deep dive on sports and sports brands. Thanks so much for chatting with us about that. We'll love to kind of continue the conversation online. And for people who want to find you online, where's the best way to find more about you and your work?
So Karta.game for my company. That's Karta with a K. And then Erik with a K as well. Erik Londré. I'm sure my name is somewhere on your screen right now. If you're watching this, just add me on LinkedIn and let's talk.
Great. All right. Thanks so much, Erik.
Thank you. Take care now.
You too. Bye. All right. Thanks so much to Erik for joining us for this bonus sports episode. To me, the key takeaway is sports teams just really need to understand that their future fans are already on these metaverse platforms like Roblox and Fortnite, and it makes sense to really show up in these spaces to win those fans to their teams. So thank you so much for joining us. If you're interested in learning more about me and what I do, you can connect with me, Steven Dypiangco, on LinkedIn. You can also check out my company, Metaverse Marcom, at our website, metaversemarcom.io. We help brands, especially entertainment and sports brands, enter the metaverse. So if that's you, please do reach out. If you like this episode, also be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. Until next time, I'll see you in the metaverse.